Hey guys, Kev here, and I wanted to do a disassembly and see if I can get some skiffaroons into this here Cavol knives Denka. It was on the bench for a little while because I was awaiting a new slip for it, and funny thing happened. I got the new slip, and this is the first slip, and it was a little too tall, I thought. You know how I like my Northwoods slips to be, where you have a little sticking out. Well, so I told Troy, I was like, dude, it's too tall. And he's like, all right. He's like, I'll make a new one that's shorter. So he made me a new one. I got that yesterday. You may have seen the unboxing where I was trying to figure out what I wanted. And this is how that looks. And I was like, oh, that's too short. So anyway, in the meantime, I was like, I'll just try it in here. I've had this knife on the bench too long. I really want to, carry it. So I threw it in this slip last night, and I love it. I actually like on this knife that it covers the full thing, and it's easy to just grab that lanyard, and out she comes. So I actually really like it, and this one's just going to stick around for something else. Big shout out to Troy. Thank you, dude. I'm a very picky person, so we know how that is. But he offered to make me another one. And I was like, dude, if it bothers me, I'll just send you this. And then, with the knife, and you can cut it. But I honestly really like this. So I was fidgeting with it last night. And by the way, this is Northwoodsleatherworksco. You can hit him up at Northwoodsleatherworksco at gmail.com or on Instagram at the same name. I was carrying this last night, and I noticed the pivot started walking. Finally. I mean, I've had this for a while. I don't know what made that start happening, but it gave me the idea to try to take it apart. Or take it apart, not try. And then go from there if we can fit Skiff. So I got a T8. This is the MBK bit driver, made in the United States. Pretty cool, made out of brass. This is a one-sided pivot. I did tighten it last night, so I know that it's just loose. So we can take this puppy out, set it over there. Pivot collar is probably gonna not shake loose, apparently. Okay. We got T8s down here as well. Be gentle. I haven't tried these yet, so. Oh, all right. Looks like they're connected to a barrel, and they want to come out the other side, which is fine. See how this one wants to come out. Same thing. Okay. So a little complicated, but not a big deal. Or a little more, I should say, complicated. But it should just pop off with the barrels. Shouldn't be a big deal. I may have to pry it, depending on the situation. Whoa, Kev. Okay, let's just back off of this for a second. Make sure there's no other screws or anything that should get in the way. See if this side wants to come up. I'm going to try to push the pivot through. Yep, okay. So that way, if this side wants to pop off, it can. The whole knife's falling apart here because the barrels down there do not want to come out. So I don't know if I need to remove these somehow a different way. Don't think they're gonna come out. Can I? There we go. Push those through. They were pinning everything in. All right. So we do have a liner in here that, interestingly, it gets seated by the barrel. I was gonna say, but there's two little pins in here also holding that in place. You should be able to just wiggle that off, but I don't really want to, so I'm not going to mess with it. Detent, all of that is perfect. We do have a nylon cage ceramic bearing, so these are good bearings. There's really not much of a reason to swap them, but y'all know me, I'm going to do it. So let's grab our bearings, and we need our little extra bearings on here. Right here, you got Cavol knives and Tiguous, and then you have, I guess, there are two logos? I don't know. Just a little Japanese writing in there. That's kind of Tiguous' style, is he's all about the Japanese design language. So I'm going to take this off, I'm going to flip this over right here. Take this one, flip it over like that. And here's the backspacer and Mokutai. Just gonna clean this off. Looks like my kid just woke up from her nap. And clean that off. All right. Just oil on some stuff. My wife's got her. Clean the pivot screw. Usually some schmutz on that. I just want to take a look at these real quick and see what up. So, yeah. They mounted the... I don't know why they did it that way. They mounted these pretty tight. So I think I'm just going to put the barrels in the other way to make it easier next time. Hopefully won't be much of a next time, but hey, eventually, right? So I'm going to grab... Oh, I don't have any Q-tips. Shit. Hold on. Do. So, a lot of these disassembly supplies are coming from, you guessed it, KPL, knifepivotlube.com. I actually have a box right here with more stuff from them. It's mostly all giveaway stuff. I take a few of these packs out, but that's it. I love these, and you can get it at knifepivotlube.com. Use my code LeftyEDC at checkout. You will save 10%. You guessed it. Sometimes it's more, though. We have an internal stop pin, which is cool, and then obviously you have the thumb square you can take off. I really like the thumb square. I didn't think I would, but I do. I like it quite a bit. So we're all cleaned up. Here's the bearings, if you want to see them. Again, just some nylon cage ceramic. We're probably going to get like one extra ball, maybe, with the skiffs. I can already tell you they're 5 mil 1/16, but I'll just show you 1/16. Okay, so you got 1/16 bearing, and then you're gonna want the you're gonna want 5 millimeter pivot. Show you that here. Here's the pivot, here's the 5 mil. Drop it like it's hot right in there. 6 mil, of course, fits, but that doesn't matter, and 3/16 does not fit. So that answers our question. I'll leave the these out until I actually get everything in. Grab my other case with the Loctite and all that stuff. Oops. KPL heavy. And we're gonna need the super glue. That should be it. If you guys haven't checked out these Skiff, I think he's calling it the finger bit, but he has it on the website, and he has prototypes up on the website, which they're 3D printed like this. This is all you need. I don't think you need a aluminum one or anything. It's fantastic for spinning pivots. It really works well. So definitely check that out, and you can use my code while you're getting that. But he only had a handful of those, so get some while you can. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to pop these barrels through this side, see if they fit. They might be set up to where they don't, which would be unfortunate. Okay, that one went in. That one went in. Okay. Hey, what are you doing? I think this is how the pivot, wait, no, I might have it the wrong way. The lock, this will go on the show side. This will go here. Sorry. All right, now I gotta figure this out. I gotta put this side down. I flipped the washer so that it has a clean side showing, so that the new bearings can work their own track. Let's see. Trying to see if I can do it this way, because it's really annoying to have to put it together the way they were doing it. Nope, got that one in. Should not make a difference. Oh yeah, okay. So that one's just like a little bit thicker or whatever. I don't know. It's weird. This should pop right in. There we go. Okay. Then we take our KPL. First, I'm going to take the heavy. I always forget to do this first, and it makes my life harder. So, put a little bit of heavy. This bottle of heavy is really annoying. It like wants to really come out. So I'm trying to be careful. There we go. I just want to get a little bit on there. Okay. So that's KPL heavy. You want to use that on detent tracks, detent balls, that kind of thing. And then you want original like this for your bearings. Unless you're dealing with a very, very small knife, then you probably want ultra light. Or if you're dealing with a very, very big knife, then maybe you want heavy on the bearings. It does come down to the knife, but usually 99% of the time you're going to go original on bearings, heavy on detents, ultra light on OTFs, that kind of thing. So, only problem we might run into is if the bearings are a little bit thicker. The cage, you never know. It shouldn't matter, but sometimes it does. It's weird. Okay. It's a very simple construction. I mean, if you really look at it and think about it. But we'll see. Sometimes you just can't get things to work the way you want them to. So I try to hand tighten what I can and then carefully drive her in. I didn't even check if there was a D-shaped pivot. I'm trying to think. I don't think there was. Huh. I should probably check that. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I should probably check that. Because if it's not D-shaped, I need to be very careful with glue, and I might have to Loctite it. Really? Already? You're already that locked in? I just need a prod. Wrong one. Shit. Seriously? Okay. Is there any kind of captive system? Just looks free spinning all around. I can spin that. And then on this side, yeah, it's free spinning, guys. So wish I'd known that for the review, because I definitely would have dinged them for that. It's kind of annoying. I mean, so far it hasn't been an actual issue, but if I were to super glue this now, you know, we could be in trouble. So I need to probably Loctite it so I can be certain. Steel hardware too, didn't realize that. For the price, I think, you know, I would have wanted titanium. So a couple of things we learned on this disassembly, but nothing major. It's just need to have precaution now, I think. I know I'm over talking it, but whatever. Tighten that. Tighten that. Let's see where we're at. So we are dead center, looks like. No play. Smooth action. yeah, I'd say we're good. So I just need to figure out a way here to not mess this up. So just for figuring this out, I'm going to take it out and then tighten it back down. Just tightened it, didn't go crazy. Yeah, as much as I really want to carry this knife right now, I think I'm gonna do the smart thing, and I'm gonna Loctite it instead of using the glue. So instead of super glue, we're gonna rock the Loctite. Hang on a sec. For Loctite, I use Vibratite 122. You can get this at OrionKnives.com in this nice big bottle for $5, which is awesome. And then on Amazon, I bought these little heads. You can buy them. I just Google or just search needle tip applicator or something like that, needle applicator, and these will come up. You can get all different kinds. I bought a variety pack for like $8 that had like 30 of 3 different, like half-inch tall, inch tall, and then the hooked. And I was just testing out the hooked one. So let me see what I can do. I gotta test it on something. So best way to do that is have a piece of trash, which I usually have laying around. And I'll just, whoops, get it on myself like an idiot. So I'll just take this, and you see how a little bit, I don't know if you saw it, but a little bit of like light liquid came out, and that's what I don't want on my screw. I want the thicker stuff. So that should be good. And then what I do is I'll stand it up like that, see if it runs down a little bit. And then what I think is the smart move, I think I learned this one from Knife Nerdery. See, again, that's that shit stuff we don't want. That's what we want. Take this and just get a little bit in the threads in here. So I'm probably overkilling it now. I need to be careful with that because of the spinning pivot. But so far the spinning pivot has not even spun at all, so it's interesting. Dead centered. Pops. No play. Could probably walk it back and see if I can get it to still centered. Pretty damn good, but I don't know. I usually like keeping that pivot tight, centered. Oops. Pops. No play in any direction. Swings down, swings closed. I'm good with that. So what I am going to do now is not mess with this for about 48 hours, unfortunately. So luckily I have a slip. I'm just going to slide this bad boy in to the old slipperoonie like this. And it's gonna go bye-bye into my knife case until a couple days from now. Hopefully I don't forget about it. It sucks, guys. It really does, because, you know, I waited like 3 weeks because I got the knife. And then, well, actually, I reviewed the knife. It was their sample. Then I ordered one. Then I had to wait like a week and a half for that to show up after I sent the review sample on to the next guy. I think it was Neves. Check out his video. And then I got it. In the meantime, I sent measurements of the sample to Troy to get a slip. I got this slip. Well, I thought it was too tall. That was my fault. And didn't give it a shot. So then I waited again for the next slip to come in. And, you know, that whole process took like 3 weeks with everything. Not the slip, but the whole thing. And so I've carried this knife once now, last night. And then now I get the slip perfect and the pivot walk. So now I got to take it apart. I put skiffs in and now I got to Loctite it and wait another 2 days. Like, it's just, sometimes that's the rub. And that's why the super glue to me is the best option for Loctite. Assuming you have a captive pivot, because I don't think I trust Loctiting this with the super glue. I don't know, I just don't think it's smart. With the Loctite, if I have an issue later, I can just heat it and it'll liquefy the Loctite and I'll be able to get it back out. Shouldn't be a problem. But with the glue, sometimes even heat doesn't melt it because it's so damn tight. So just beware when you do use super glue, but I still think it's the best option in the right situation. So there it is. That's the disassembly, reassembly of the Cavol knives. Denka, definitely one of my favorite knives this year. I was starting to think maybe it's not, like, maybe I'll sell it, you know, because I hadn't carried it because I'd just been waiting. But then last night I carried it and I was like, oh wait, no, this is amazing. So it's definitely sticking around. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. It came apart and went together pretty easy. You guys saw we didn't have a bunch of snafus or anything. We were able to swap the bearings. They do use good bearings. So honestly, if you get one of these and you're curious, should I take it apart and mess with it? No. Unless that pivot walks, honestly, I don't think I'm going to get better action out of the skiffs. And a lot of times the reason I use skiffs is to get better lateral strength. And you don't need that on this. That internal stop pin really makes it solid side to side. And for the size of this knife and what you're going to do with it, I don't think it's worth it. I think I would rather you invest that $13 towards one of these slips from Troy. You know, 35 bucks and you can pick one of these up. And I think that's going to suit you much better than swapping the bearings out on it. That's just my opinion. The action's fantastic out of the box. So shout out to Cavol Knives. I do think you guys need to update that to a captive system. It's just dangerous. You know, unless I missed something, but I don't think I did. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Definitely check out knifepivotlube.com. I haven't been kind of mentioning them during disassemblies as much, so I'm trying to do that. They make really, really good stuff, and it's just useful, simple things that during the disassembly really help me. I think Knife Pivot Lube and Skiff Bearings, those two companies offer amazing products for knife disassembly when it comes to the bearing fit card, the bearings themselves, the new finger bit for spinning pivots, and then of course the Q-tips, the lubes, the knife shield from KPL. So definitely check out both of those. And I have 10% off codes for both. LeftyEDC at Skiff, Lefty10 at Knife Pivot Lube. All right, I'm going to shut up. Also, one last thing, the MBK driver is awesome. Really enjoy it. They're going to add a little bit of texture so you get a better grip. And these are going to be well worth the, I think they're going to be around $100. And I think that's for USA made driver like this. That's going to be well worth it. So let me know what you guys think down below. I love you all. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I will catch you later.